Snow to the east and snow up in the mountains. Clear here. Wind though. Yikes. Wind really is biting this morning. It's very cold. It feels very cold. Beautiful cold morning. I have to say, this morning on my grief is hitting pretty strong this morning. I know my mom hasn't passed yet, but in any day, any moment, I guess. Had to do a lot of communication with family and friends of hers, kind of updating them on the situation. It's been a little more than a year since my dad passed away, and it feels very surreal to think my mom will be gone soon too. Um, yeah, the waiting's the hard part, I think, right now, but also this feeling of just one big phase of life ending and another starting. I started Vanlife. Part of it, a big reason for it, was to be able to be flexible and to be able to take care of my parents. To be able to go down to Tucson and be their medical caregiver since I was their power of attorney and help them as much as possible. In the last 2 years, so much of my life has been wrapped up in caring for them and caring for other people. And so it feels very strange to think that that phase will be ending and something completely unknown will be starting. And I guess that just hit me kind of hard today. Kind of a very down feeling. They call it anticipatory grief, I think, in bereavement circles and bereavement counseling. And I've done enough bereavement counseling with people to know what that is. But knowing is not the same as feeling. And this morning it's just kind of a melancholy morning, I think. We have to go up to Fort Collins and pick up some things from the mail. We have to teach. We have to do life. While all this other stuff is going on, it just seems to be holding still. It's like the world today, with all the ice and the snow, everything frozen up, is just holding its breath. That's kind of what it feels like this morning. On a positive note, it's been a great solar day today. Getting those batteries topped off really well. Had lots of sun. On my just waiting for classes to start on my Thursday class. Trying to keep busy and keep myself distracted today with lots of little things. It's windy, not much fun for Cappy to go walking today because of the wind. It just cuts through everything. But overall, yeah, it's that day. It's that kind of day. Dream on, buddy. Dream on. Dream on. Get down. Get down. Can't have it. No. Mm-mm. This is driving. My sandwich is driving you crazy. This is driving you crazy. Oh, no. No, get down. Get down. Get down. No. Get down. Get down. Get down. No. 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 Nope. Nope. Keeping busy today, waiting for classes to start. Went and charged one of my eco flows over lunch in the student center and did a little work. Came back, had some lunch. Cappy's now having a food coma and had his lunch, and then I've got the second eco flow and we'll take to class and charge that later. But just, again, just trying to keep busy, distracted from what's going on with family and other things. Um, you know, it's as I said before, it's a surreal experience when you lose both your parents or about to. I did go to the post office and pick up the package of Cappy's boots, new boots. They were too small though, so I have to send them back and get a larger size, a couple sizes bigger, um, for his feet. But it looks like they might work well. But hopefully before the next super cold snap comes, so that we can protect his feet. But overall, it's a day that I'm just trying to keep busy. After class, I'll have a men's group meeting at church down in Loveland, so that'll help as well. So, time for class. Very helpful today in dealing with my sort of low energy and grieving for my mom and and all that today. Interacting with the students was really a lot of fun. Gives me a lot of energy. It's one of the things I love about teaching. It's uh, it's such a uplifting thing to do, and seeing the energy of the design students. So yeah, it's been really helpful today. Well, sad times. Just received word from my brother that my mom passed away at 4:45, just a few minutes ago from recording this. Kind of feel strange. Knew it was coming any moment, but never exactly sure how you're gonna respond when it does. But anyway, love you, Mom. We'll miss you. So I'm glad you're not suffering anymore. I'm glad you're in heaven with Jesus and with Dad. And now I have the task of informing some family members and making phone calls. Done it hundreds of times when I was a hospice chaplain and in the hospital. But when it's your own family, it really hits different. Morning, everybody. Cappy. Good morning. Well, good morning, YouTube. This is the next day. I think I mentioned yesterday that my mom passed away yesterday afternoon. And I'm dealing with that kind of feeling, being pretty numb today, just sort of like it's a little unreal for me. It's surreal now that both my parents are gone in the last year. It's yeah, you always kind of know it's going to happen. Even as a young kid, I knew eventually my parents would die, but the moment's here. So it's a relief that she's not suffering anymore. It's a her death was peaceful, as peaceful as could be, at home under hospice care. I know that I did what I could do to help care for her throughout the summer and throughout the last 6 months, and even before, a couple of years ago when I was helping both my mom and my dad out through medical crises. And I've revolved my life so much around them and their needs in the last few years. So now it's done. It's finished. Now we have to go through the details as a family. My brother and I just have to go through all the legal stuff and do all that stuff this month, which will be no fun whatsoever. But we've got to deal with that stuff. And then do a memorial. So I'll have to make a trip down to Arizona again. And once I arrange my substitute for a class, for my classes. And Yeah, just take it day by day. There's one detail after another. There's so many that would be overwhelming, but to think about. But the reality is, it's just one thing at a time until it's done. But I told my mom, coached her through it when she was dealing it with my dad. So anyway, one detail at a time. So I'm feeling still pretty numb this morning. I did rest well. Finally, I wasn't sleeping well all week, but I did sleep pretty well last night. Um, and I feel a bit better. Um, it'll come and go. The grief will come and go. That's what bereavement and grief does, you know. Especially, I mean, things are happening. You know what the story is. You know what the expectations are, but that helps for sure. But it doesn't numb it entirely. So it still feels the emptiness there. I know that my mom is in the arms of Jesus. I know that she's doing well. Her soul is in good place. Her body is a shell, and it's now done. It's finally given out. The Bible says, "Precious in the eyes of the Lord are the death of his saints, his holy ones." That doesn't mean the Lord likes death. It doesn't mean God even designed us for death. We're not designed for death at all. We rail against it because we're designed for life. We're designed for eternal life. And death is an insult to that. Physical death is an ultimate insult to that design that we're made for. But I know with her faith, and I know in my faith, that she is in the arms of Jesus. She is in paradise with my dad. And they are more alive now than they ever were in this life. When someone is in the presence of the great I am, they were never a was. So they are the biggest R. They exist in the biggest way right now than they ever did, and enjoying the reward for their life's labors. And so that's a comfort to me as well. And I look forward to the day when I see them again myself. But here we are on this earth, working through grief, working through uncertainty, dealing with life. So as I continue this blog today, again, I just want to share kind of what I'm going through. This is just my life. Nothing fancy on this channel, just my life. Doing the routines this morning, trying to keep normal happening. Just finished up a workout at Planet Fitness and shower. Those types of little routines are really helping me right now. Just kind of keeping life going on a kind of a normal way and a normal feeling way, even though it still feels really surreal with my mom's passing, and just kind of like not 100% there, but at least keeping the routines in front of my face and what I have to do, and just feeling physically better is a huge help. So we're going to go to the park now and spend some time walking the dog again before I have to be at the library to do some work and communicate with some people. There's lots of people to communicate with, lots of calls to make, lots of emails to write. So that's my Friday, but anyway, just want to kind of keep you guys updated as to how I'm sort of coping with this big change. Looks beautiful today. Out there. Long Peak and Mount Meeker, two big landmarks here. Just going to take a little walk with the dog. Grieving for the Christian. We grieve not like those without hope. We have hope. I know that I will see my mom again. I know that she's certainly not suffering in her body anymore. But I know that her soul is in a good spot. And I know that I'll spend forever with her as well. And with Dad, and with the other loved ones in our family who have passed into Jesus' arms. So while it's painful to lose, and I certainly feel the loss pretty strong as I was very close to my mom. It's not without hope. It's not without sort of bittersweetness to it, knowing that this struggle of this life is no longer something she has to struggle with. And we move on into this new chapter of life. I don't know what it's going to bring. What they need, take care of what my family needs. I have to kind of figure out a little bit more about these next few years of my life, what I need, how to take care of me at this new phase. So that's exciting on the one hand. It's going to be different. How can I serve others and still meet my needs without losing myself in the process? But this morning, it's a beautiful morning, and we're out here at River's Edge Park, keeping busy, trying to connect with friends and other people who I know care about me and what I care about. That's going to be helpful, surrounding myself with those support systems. You need them. Well, I may be a nomad, kind of a loner sometimes. Not really. I need people. I like people. I like working with people. So that's sort of my 2 cents at the moment. We'll have more cents later, even though they phased out pennies. Maybe it's 2 nickels now. So for a guy that has barely 2 nickels rubbed together, that's something. Anyway, we'll keep walking today. Just kind of processing the thoughts in this video. Thanks for tuning in now and listening in. Just again, sharing my life. Yeah, he's happy to be out of the van. Happy that it's warmer. Zoom in here. There we go. Yeah, the snow-capped mountains. Really beautiful today. Clouds coming up over the western side.
They're both pretty enthused about saying hi.
Mom was one of the gentlest souls that I knew. Always cheerful. Very social, whereas my dad was much more stoic like I am. A lot more disciplinarian. He was a Air Force colonel, Air Force chaplain, spent his years studying as a biblical scholar and a chaplain. In many ways, I followed in some of those footsteps when I became a medical chaplain. But yeah, it's strange that they're gone from this earth. But I will miss my mom's cheerful spirit. She always tried to find the positive, even in her difficult health situation. And I'm comforted knowing that she passed peacefully, like I thought she would. Both of them did, really. My dad passed fairly quickly, and my mom, faded away and just passed in her sleep. Very, very comforting to me to know that. One thing I'm grateful for as well So my mom and dad really don't have to suffer through the chaos and what this country has become. My dad, who has served so long in the military, has been deeply grieved at some of these things that have been going on. I know my mom was very concerned about it for her family, for her kids and her grandkids, great grandchildren, and their futures. So they don't have to deal with that. They don't have to deal with the craziness that we all have to deal with today. Just sit for a minute. If my dog will sit down for a few seconds, take a breather, soak it in. Soak in some of the beauty this morning. It's days like today that I need beauty. It's very healing. Back to the fan cave. Well, I'm gonna wrap this video up for today. I've had kind of a day of visiting and connecting with friends. Went over to the Ark where I used to be a sober living house manager and reconnected with some of the guys and just trying to make good use of the day, connecting with friends and trying to find support. Right now I'm just sort of parked here, gonna finish this video edit, but I wanted to wrap this video up for today, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching and for following me on my journey. Be sure to like and subscribe, and God bless.